I guess we are talking about actual fighting IRL, or doing the damn thing. So guys, without further ado, let's get into it. UFC 263 was last night. Adesanya versus Martin Vettori. I think it was really actually that was a banger of an event, mainly because of the star power. I'm a sucker for Nate Diaz. I love the Diaz brothers, even though they're kind of old and a little bit how do I say? Like, they're getting older. They're not like the bad boys that they used to be. They're like grumpy old men now that smoke weed every day. You know, 420 blaze it, etc. etc. But I'm a huge Nate Diaz fan. Nick Diaz fan too. I don't know how Davison Figueroa. I don't know. I call him Figgy just because Reddit calls him Figgy. Figgy versus Brandon Moreno was also a banger of a fight. And what's his face? And then obviously the main event, Martin Vettori versus Stylebender. Stylebender just completely outclassed him. It looked like he was just having fun in there, just getting his momentum back after losing a pretty rough fight against Jan Blachowicz. However, there was one fight that actually stuck out to me. One fight in particular, and it was none of those. It was none of those fights, because those fights were actually all right. Like, the only thing about the Diaz fight was just because it was Diaz, and like there was that 5th round rally that was actually so sick. But yeah, it was actually Paul Craig versus Jamahal Hill. Yeah, Jamahal Hill. And then the reason why that was actually so spectacular was twofold. This is a light heavyweight fight. You don't actually get to see light heavyweights with really solid jiu-jitsu. And when I say solid jiu-jitsu, what do I mean by that? You don't see a lot of big guys that play off their back. When you start getting into like a big man, like 185 plus, you start seeing a lot, like Brazilian jiu-jitsu actually starts looking a lot more like a wrestling match. It's like who gets top control, who can control top position longer, who gets there first. That sets the pace for everything, which is why this fight was actually kind of a big deal. So if we're going to actually go to I guess what's it called, footage cam, right here. Let's go. Okay. So the big deal here, like literally on this freeze frame, if you look at this, he didn't try to like just go and tackle him for a takedown, right? He got an overhook, he had an underhook, and he tried to drag him down. All right, he tried to drag him down. Let's go backwards like 5 frames there, if we can. Here, hold on. We gotta watch this in slow motion. Or, I don't know. Maybe there's a short slow motion, but he drags. Do you see that? The fact that he dragged is huge. It's like it's like a very efficient way. If you just want to sag and let someone like fall over because of that, like that's like very little like minimal energy expenditure. Very smart. I like seeing stuff like that. The idea is that once you get that sag, it's the fact that you're going for a lateral drop. He's dragging him to the floor. There's no explosion. There's no like initial burst that you need to throw out there. It's just literally hold the underhook, get the overhook, and fall over. And like if he wasn't ready, if you caught him all completely off guard, he like the roll is right there, and it's an easy takedown. But he was smarter than the guy was smarter than that. But that was a very deep attempt. You see how he was off balance immediately. All right, so we keep going through this, right? He's got the overhook. He's got the and boom! Immediately, this is another big moment. Ah! He pulls guard. You don't see people at 205 pull guard. You don't see people pull guard in mixed martial arts often in general. The reason why it's so easy to get punished at this point. If you pull guard, you are absolutely just opening yourself up to just getting struck in the face, right? Paul Craig immediately is like he was calling out in the pre-fight, like it's like I want to test this guy's jiu-jitsu immediately. So immediately, I guess like I don't know what was really going on there, but like he's just like, you know what, I'm comfortable enough pulling up a guard against a guy who can knock me out from top position in theory. So that's huge confidence, right? Like that's huge confidence, huge confidence. So in regards to the 50-50 and like the easy trip, it's like it goes both ways. But clearly, Paul Craig decided just to pull to the floor. Let's keep watching. All right, wait, let's go back a few seconds though. Like here, hold on. So the sag, obviously. All right. Let's watch this guard pull. Okay, so the few things I want to note here, right? It's like the fact that, hold on. He has a slight overhook on the left, on Jamahil's right arm, right? He has a slight overhook. You can't see it from this angle, and he's controlling his Hill's left arm, right? Just a slight control on what's called on his forearm right there. So already, and he has he also has a butterfly hook on that side too, right? So the elevation's there. The other leg's just kind of sitting up. You can see the overhook way more clearly. He pushes the wrist in, right? He's and then like from there, Hill does the right thing. He sees an opportunity to try to start passing. He gets to pass the half guard and sits down and starts settling in. But Craig has the overhook. Look at that, and immediately he's going into the mirror lock, right? That's a huge shoulder crank right here. There's a reason why he can't just stand up, right? He's cranking on the shoulder this entire time and adding counter pressure where his shin is, on Hill's right hip, right? So let's keep watching. Boom. See, he can't pull out. He's trying to. Boom, and it immediately transitions to an omoplata. OP. That is unreal. I love that. Omoplata gets the sweep, And he tries to go. He just tries to finish the what's called go for a little bit of an armbar thing here, but like you can see he smiles. He's literally smiling on this frame. He's like he's out. He's like okay, I'm okay. There's a little bit of a scramble. Boom. Hill's actually in a really good spot here. Like at that point, it's like at the same time though, as a fighter, you're kind of like looking at that being like, he just threw like 4 attacks at me and I barely got out of all of those. That was actually a very, very deep omoplata attempt. And like there's a lot of things Hill could have done, like in like it just there's multiple things Hill could have done throughout this entire time. So let's see what he does do though. He pulls his arm out, he gets on top. Paul Craig immediately reguards, gets back to close guard, half guard. Still has that overhook, gets that knee shield in. Light bicep control. It's a little bit more forearm, right? He's getting bicep control right there. That's a better frame that we can pause on right here. Look, see, he's still controlling. Hill's not in a position to strike. The posture's broken over. Arms are tied up. He's just got top position. I don't know what he's smiling about yet. I don't know what he's smiling about yet, but he's not. But clearly, even though he has top position, he is not in control here. Anyways, right? Then both, boom, big overhook. This is basically where the fight ends. You got feet on hips. You got one overhook on Hill's right arm, and he's got you see how he has his hands kind of cupping Hill's left arm, right? This is the thing. If you have an arm overhook, that's usually an arm that you would apply, you think is in danger, right? So watch what happens though. He attacks the other arm. He goes for the left arm instead of the right arm. He baited that. Let's go back and take a look at that one more time. Boom, immediately, feet on hips, he sits up because he's got such a tight wrap on the arms. Gloves help with this too. The fact that you're wearing gloves gives you extra friction. That's actually such a huge deal in terms of grabbing overhooks. And I think that's actually why Paul Craig's actually able to keep such a shallow overhook, right? But I love the fact that Paul Craig is able to just completely, like, what he does next is absolutely just dirty, right? Absolutely just dirty. Boom, gets the armbar immediately and goes belly down. This is the wrong answer. Immediately what he should have done is he should have pressed down into the actual armbar and actually just like stacked him. He should have just went for the stack. Instead, Paul Craig goes belly down, flips him over beautifully, and here, oh, this is like, oh god, I think it's already broken here, to be honest. Usually I think it's actually just broken here. Boom, and you can see a snap right there. Right, the ref's in the way. You don't get as good of an angle. Oh, he's trying, and see here, like this is completely gone. He switches to a triangle choke as well. Now he's caught in a choke and the arm is broken. Right, he pulls his arm back in, tries to hold it. Paul Craig's got a little bit of a celly, and a hammer fist occur, but you can see that left arm's completely gone. It's completely gone. Boom. I don't know what the ref hasn't stopped it here yet, but boom, elbows. He's still out. He's still conscious too. That's the worst part. And boom, he's out. And you can look at that arm right there. You can see the bump of there. It's like, yeah, that ref's not. Yeah, that ref's not. That's gonna be a rough time for him. And that's actually a really scary position to be in if you're stuck in a triangle choke, especially if your arm's compromised. You can't really pick up for the slam. Let's go look at it in slow motion now. Switches the armbar, gets the pivot, boom, immediately flips him over. And you can see he tries to reach over to grab his own arm. Oh, second angle. Right? He tries to grab it, but then it's like he's like literally at the end of his range of motion here. Like there's no chance in grabbing his own hand. Paul Craig goes over the hip, breaks it, and he tries to stack him, and you see he's trying to grab his own hand. Like people think he was trying to tap here. I think what he did was he was trying to like, I honestly think he was actually trying to grab his own hand and try to like pull it back in. I don't think this is a tap. If it was an actual tap, he just straight up just tap. I think this is a genuine panic response to like having your arm snapped. So I think, it's like, I don't blame him. It's like a scary thing to like, this is a terrifying thing to be going through, right? He tries to go through it. There's a bit of a conversation and boom, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we keep going there. And we need to see all that. The ref is silent, finally decides to pull it, and his arm is absolutely, oh, you can see the way that, oh, that arm is not okay. In regards to the fights last night, that was actually like that was actually really, really cool to see. Like you don't see bottom, like that high level bottom play in the 205 division. That's why I think that was really cool. Yeah, the big key points here for me was when he pulled guard. Boom, big power move, right? Absolutely big power move. The second key moment was here. He almost had the he gets down to half guard, sits there for a little bit, but then Paul Craig immediately, you're trying to pass. It's actually really scary if you the moment you sit down and you think you're settled. You're actually just in another submission attempt. This is like mentally speaking, there's like, oh god, I'm in trouble. This guy knows what he's doing, all right? And from here, we left like what's number 2? Boom, the omoplata. All right, so that's submission attempt number 2. You haven't even thrown a strike yet on the floor, and already you've just been caught in 2 submission attempts and a successful sweep. I'm scared. Personally speaking, I would be scared if someone was just ragdolling me like a puppet like this at the moment, right? So that's pivotal moment number 2. This is his moment. This is the time to get out and reconvene and start throwing some ground and pound and punishing him. But immediately, he gets control back. Overhook, wrist control, even from half guard. Like, this is not where you want to be positionally speaking. And Paul Craig's flat on his back. This isn't even like the most optimal way to play half guard, right? It doesn't matter because the experience factor. He shrimps out immediately. And like he starts to, again, boom, and this is basically like this moment here. This is like the third moment. There's submission attempt 1, submission attempt 2, right? Boom, that armbar. That's like that. The fight ended here. So yeah, in terms of the fights that happened last night, that's probably one of the slickest pieces of jiu-jitsu. I noticed. I think I saw something I want to see again is I want to go over is like I need to watch the fight because there's a lot of fun stuff happening with this one. But Brandon Moreno's submission victory. That was really, really, really solid as well. I really like that one too.